up the quality of the music? Like a Hifumi from Danganronpa? I mean, I gave him like a more nerdy voice. How can you just refuse me like that? Please tell me why you won't take the case. Well, you see, it's just... I'm busy, you see. But the client is Mia Fey's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands. Yes, of course. I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry, goodbye. Creep. Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Think not. Did you say something? I think not, I said. What do you mean? I'm terribly, terribly sorry. I'm afraid that no lawyer worth her salt will take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy. Why? I cannot say. Beg your pardon, but could you leave now? I have nothing more to discuss with you. What's going on here? I'm not leaving because I still have options to talk to you about. How'd you know Mia Fey? She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see. A mission? You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion. Never looked back, that one. What that painting? Quite the painting. You noticed. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? Color of the sky, hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least 3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it, not even to you. I ain't paying 3 million bucks for a painting. I'll take a picture of one that's probably worth $3 million and then frame that. It's not for sale. I'm not buying. Jeez. Okay, you're done. Move. 3:42. She's only got 18 minutes. Hiya. Oh, you're back! Did you find the lawyer? Well, just be honest. Gosh, that's silly. I like it. I don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones. He was fat. Overweight. What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? Well, that's a good quality for a lawyer to have, is that he's bad at lying. Let's see. Been abandoned then. Just a little longer now before a state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess. Time's up.
What can I say except you're welcome
to the stream.
Free Monkey, thanks for deciding to hit the friendship button. Another happy Monday to you. What should I do? Just leave her and go home? Go home! No. I made up my mind, and I'm not gonna change it. Yeah, you're stuck with me. Why? Why? Well, I can't abandon you. No one is as sad as a person without any friends. I have a lot of friends. I have 638 of you right now? I know I've been there a long time ago. Aww. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side. I can't abandon you. You can count on me. That's so kind of you. Aww. I got your back. Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here. Right, thanks. Hey, she smiled. Success. One last question. You are innocent, right? Yes. And I trust you. So you trust me too, okay? Deal. So what next? There's something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer? Giggity. It was when I tried to look in the drawer that she got all defensive. There has to be something in there. Can we talk to her? Nothing new. Do we move back and try and get to the hotel stuff? Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, you are? I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of this establishment at your service, sir. Oh, right. I've just come up to deliver room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? I believe our guest, Miss May, is currently using the facilities. If you have no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please, stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Miss May. Yeah. Wait. Hey, no! Hey! Why does it seem like every time I come up here, I end up embarrassing myself? Well, now's my chance to snoop around. I almost forgot! You came back so quick. Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corp phoned. White. We just heard that name somewhere. Oh, right. Sure. Of Blue Corp. I like how it's Mr. White of Blue Corp. Where have I heard that name? Yeah, where was the name again? Oh, it's the one that ruined their mother's life. Got it. That was his name. Okay. Baby steps. What was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother? Could it be a coincidence? Probably not. Examine this that she decided not to fix after we left. Screwdriver sticking out of half open drawer. Now's the chance. What do we have here? A wiretap? What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? Oh gosh, that's actually a really bad way to put it. Wiretap? There's definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story here, I know it. I love the music too, Brick. Like, the story in this is really good. The music goes with what's going on. I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. For Maya's sake. I'll get to this woman's bottom. Actually, I'm gonna leave it there. Oh, bellboy, are you here? Like, there? Uh-oh, time to scram. I look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court. Save your progress, yes. Making good headway. December 7th at 10. Let's get a trial. Make sure I'm not blacked out. We're good. Trials for Miss Fay. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth, huh? Better not show any signs of weakness today. Better not. Well, it is kind of Brick. At least like chapter to chapter, most definitely. Leaving, like, having to pause in between any chapter is gonna be hard, but if I start falling over, I'm gonna have to. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, was at the scene of the crime. Prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. Prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name's Detective Gumshoe. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. Oh, nice, Dim. How did you like Ultra Despair Girls? Because again, there were some themes in there that really made me cringe, and I like that it filled in some backstory, but it was okay. The body was found by this window here. The cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker found next to the body. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. Court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Murder scene, the Fae and co-op, like floor plans, cool. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Faye. Was that who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I heard the evidence. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Snape Edgeworth looks like a weird Snape. I could see it. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Well, wise guy, see? As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Faye, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Faye. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Faye at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? Couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack. Maya just threw something at me. I like the whoosh smack. When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. Should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. All right, let's give it a try. Let's press everything. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Press it. Who did you say you got the call from? Hey, pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from a customer at the Gateway Hotel. Gatewater Hotel, right across from the scene. Okay, I pressed. Not sure it did much, though. Right, please continue. Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime? Right, I'd say it was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto this month is quick response. That's how I got there before the killer got away. Indeed. So, tell us who the two people you found on the scene were. Yes, sir. Us two. Are you absolutely sure it was us? Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With a funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, two stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene. Good analogy. There's a point about her. She is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press a little more care. Nah, we're gonna hit press everything. I immediately arrested Maya Faye. Why is that? What's your reason? Why, we had a witness account describing her. Hold on just a second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. No, she's pink. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough. Detective Gumshoe, do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yeah? Oh, God. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There's something I should have told you about first. Very well. Let's hear your testimony. Again. Hard evidence. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Except she died instantly. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. I'll give you hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Eh? Why did you trust about this vital piece of evidence in the first place? I know. I'm real embarrassed. I forgot about it, Yana, so... Try to be more careful. Very well. Defense may begin its cross-examination. Hold on, let me look. What pieces of evidence do I have again? Hold on. I have time of death. I have the phone conversation. A glass light stand that's broken. Murder weapon made by Larry. Wiretap. Apartment store written in blood. Murder scene. Okay. I think we're just gonna start pressing stuff. And did you find any evidence? No, don't jump the gun on me, pal. Just listen. I'm getting to the good part. Found a memo written in a piece of paper next to the victim's body. Hold it! Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean it's the victim wrote it. Oh, and who do you write it? Who did write it, smarty pants? The killer. You're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please. She was framed. Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright. Yeah, pal. Well, Detective, tell us what was written on that memo you found. On it, the words Maya, clearly written in blood. Do you have proof it was Mia who wrote that? Of course I do, pal. Dang it. Lab test showed us the victims. What kind of tests were these again? Huh? What kind of? Well, I get to take the little bits of the blood and hemoglobin, Hermogoblin bobbin. I refuse to testify in this matter. I'm no expert on blood tests. That was quite clear. You may continue with your testimony. Thanks, pal. I mean, Yana, sir. Detective Gumshoe. I look forward to your next evaluation. As should you. Dude, poor Edgeworth, man. That was a mess. There was blood found on the victim's finger. On which hand was the bloody finger, Detective? The right hand. She was right-handed. Haha, nice try. Guess it wasn't too hard to see what I was getting into there. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. I already know this is wrong because it says she died instantly. Objection. There's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying. What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? Oh, you have it backwards, Detective. Okay. The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is the report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But... no but-ing your way out of this one, Detective. Order, order. Defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Yeah, the time. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? Yeah, we always feel bad for Gumshoe. I think it's the day after the murder. It was the day after the murder. Prosecution point being... that autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. Huh? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received the results this morning. That seems suspect. It's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Dang it, Edgeworth. Should have known you'd have something like up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? These are all bad options. Yeah, I want none of the above. The detective's a sham! How could you give me a faulty report? I thought... Detective Gumshoe. I'm disappointed in you handing him the wrong report like that. Sorry, sir. You are at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month. But... Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Died from a blunt force may have lived for a few minutes after being hit. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. Suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes? This isn't good. Prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Wait, she did? Let the witness, Miss April Mays, take the stand. What part of her is innocent? Meow. Wearing no bra makes her uninnocent. Witness your name, please. April May, at your service. Wink, jiggle. Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. Witness will refrain from wanton winking. Oh, Your Honor. Okay. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? Gee, I was like in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Co. law offices. That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw. Okay. It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know? And then like, oh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was that mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then that woman like dodged to the side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy. Wink, jiggle. Well, Your Honor, I see. It's a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble hold on. She did wink without approval. That's true. Yes, Mr. Wright. What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness testimony was just now was quite firm. Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia's Faye's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. A cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. How dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Yeah. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. Only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, begin your cross-examination. As we press her hard, repeatedly. It was 9? How did you know it was 9? Huh? Why? Like, why what? Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something? Oh, well, gee. That's it? She can't get out of this question that easily. I sort of, you know... I had a feeling. I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one? Nah. You looked at the window, and what did you see next? I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. That was Mia Fey? Slender, sort of, with, like, some people might say pretty, if that's your thing. Your thing? And the person attacking her. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Yeah, Fantasia has a good. You could just say I was going to close the curtains, but then I saw something when I was doing it. How do you know she was the defendant? Huh? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? There was only one person at the scene of the crime with short, girlish figure. Testimony is bulletproof, y'all. He's right. Sure. Tell us what happened to the victim? Woman was like, dodged to one side and ran away. She dodged? Dodged what? Well, the attack. Please continue your testimony. But that girl, she cut up to her and she hit her. How did you know it was my client? Huh? Well, gee. First of all, she had a girlish physique, and secondly, she was small. Who else could it be but her? Sure. I'm trying to remember what the answer to this one is, and I feel like it's in here somewhere. It's one of these two. What do I have? I have the autopsy, broken glass, clock. I feel like she couldn't have seen the dodge. That's what I think. I think she couldn't have seen the dodge. That's not it. Dang it. I can tell it. Here's the thing. I can tell if I got the present evidence wrong if the music keeps going. So that was in that one. Let's try it on this one. I feel like it's this. That's not it. What else do I have to present? I have this. Is this it? No. Watch it not even be the last two ones. This is the part of the game where I'm bad. And I don't remember. In the newest games, you get Athena. Oh, yeah, I remember Athena Apollo. That's not it either. Presser about facts. Okay, sure. Can I press her on this one more? Question it. That testimony stinks. Like what? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that you're lying. Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yeah, like, what's the meaning? Somebody tell me because I'm clueless. Yes, you are. Okay, if you had really witnessed my client, my FA, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of those things. The testimony is bogus. But... Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. Yes, she was. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? Rawr, like, what are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all that trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. Sorry, Your Honor, jiggle jiggle. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Wink. Testimony again. Almost had her. Dang it. And it took up most of my stamina to do it. I did see everything, I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. She hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did. That clock, the kind of statue-y clock, the thinker, I think. If I played Dual Destinies, yes. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? Yeah, how could they have dodged to the right? And how does she know it's a clock? Only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. I feel like there's two things I could press on this one. Yeah, she would have gone to the right. Would have gone to the left and knocked that thing over, right? The bomb debunking guy in Dual Destiny is my favorite witness in the game. Oh gosh, yes. The bomb diffuser dude, he is so creepy. Is that right as in you're right, or as you looked from the hotel? Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right, it was on my right hand, right. Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue. I want to get... How did she know it's a clock? Clock? Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all. I'm feeling I'm onto something now.
Objection!
Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Oh, you like that, wouldn't you? Naughty Mr. Lawyer. You said this statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order! Order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Of course, you will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. Objection! But questions are all I have, Your Honor. As you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Whew. If we stop there, the trial will be over. Like, what? So, what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's... because I heard it? Yeah, I heard it say the time. So you've been to the law offices of Fanco? No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? Don't worry. Like, Dim, if you want to get something really good and when you're learning, handwriting. So just slow, and then get faster and faster. So slow, clear words, and then get faster at it. I heard it from my hotel room. Law office of Fang Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. No? No, Your Honor. I'm not satisfied because it couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's empty. Take a look. Oh, see anything interesting, Your Honor? It says as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss May? Tisk, tisk. Quite a show you put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. I guess that's true. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Oh, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. Oh, I see, Dim. Yeah, I'd just start writing down notes more often. I think it's this, right? Clock isn't talking right now. I had to take the clockwork out. This one. There's this one. Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone. Oh ho, you have a girly phone. Hold on, this isn't my phone. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order? The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it? Grumble, grumble. The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. Dude, he looks scary. Wow. I see the German dude in it right now. Don't you like those Ace Attorney moments when the characters make it sound like it's so obvious this is the right proof? Oh yeah, I do. I love all the sound effects in this game. I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. You just want me to hold on to the thinker? If you could. I should probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. September 5th, 927. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Yeah. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know the weapon was a clock? Like, well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink, jiggle. So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? Yes. That's a custom clock, buddy. The witness claims that she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to the court. Please produce as evidence that will prove the witness has not seen the clock before. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever. Like what? A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody. Like, impossible! Everything is sold in stores! Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Mic drop! Oh, excuse is not on sale today? Yeah. Going crazy? She going crazy? Oh gosh, slow jiggle. What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die. Oh, Fantasia, that was a great pun. Great pun. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Oh, silly me. Did I, like, lose it? I guess I did. Tee-hee. Wink. Jiggle. That was scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you had heard about it. Witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard? Papyrus, happy Monday. I am trying to, but I know it's not completed yet, and I'm waiting for the game to be completed. I want Heartbound to be completed before we do it, so I can just go beginning to end. That is correct, Your Honor. There's no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. This is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving the witness had heard the murder was a clock. Phone tap. Have a look at this. I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain the quote what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fey's phone, were you not? Have you ever heard of one shot? Like a Dungeons and Dragons one shot? Yes. This is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. The RPG game one shot, I have not. What? Put that in game suggestions, Papyrus. Anytime you guys want me to look at a game, just put it on Discord under game suggestions. I look at all those links. Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon is a clock. It's the conversation. Which one is it? Page 2. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. It's a clock. It's made to look like a statue of the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Objection! Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. The witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May! Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer! It's not fair, all of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it? What? Crocodile tears. Court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal a final blow. She didn't kill her, though. Why the wiretap? Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this like a murder trial? Isn't tippy-tapping irrelevant? She's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation to the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? I'd like to see her pull that off. Like, Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil, evil grin. You're probably thinking, I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Well, you're not the first man who's thought that, and of course, I can and will. You can't be serious. Like, way, I say, way serious. And I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Huh. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night? Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee, I believe it was? Iced coffee? You know, like normal coffee, but cold? If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts, and you have, like, regular cold coffee. Iced coffee. Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. Wink. Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. I didn't say she was. So, where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. You've been playing a healer all day on Overwatch, healing 9 to 14k, healing a game, just game get told not enough. Stay alive, heal from afar, and don't try and go with 1k healing per minute, which is what I was trying to do before. Just stay alive and focus on healing. If they say it's not enough, they're being too aggressive. Or they're being dumb and trying to figure out that they want to blame somebody else instead of saying, what did I do wrong? You're fine. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. They're going to just let her walk away? There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Will the defense have anything to say? I actually don't remember what this... I don't know what this one would be. We have that. We haven't used the broken glass shards yet. I kind of want to keep examining her, but I don't know. We'll probably die. I'm fine. What exactly do you have left to examine, Mr. Wright? Miss April May has admitted to the wiretap, yes, but that bears no relevance to the case at hand. Murder. There's no way you can prove any connection. Maybe the cross-examination is over. Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have another witness to call? None, Your Honor. She's the last. What? But that means... Why is... No, we're gonna call the other dude. Wait, Your Honor? Yes, Mr. Wright? The defense would like to call the bellboy after all. Tisk, tisk, tisk. As I thought. May I remind you, dear Mr. Wright, should you question the bellboy and Miss April May's alibi prove to be solid, then, by default, your client, Miss May, will be pronounced guilty. Are you prepared to accept my condition? He's got me backed into a corner, but I don't see any other way out of this. I accept. Very well. quite calls the hotel bellboy to the stand.